Hey, what's up guys? This is Rito. Welcome to Flying Start Online, and in this video I'm going to tell you the selling formula for e-commerce. Now, I've been selling via e-commerce stores, multiple e-commerce stores in India for a trial basis last year and in the US for the past about 3.5-4 years now. And in this video I want to tell you the formula that I use for selling products, and I've used this formula on many of my stores, and you may have actually seen the formula but may not have discovered it straight away because it's not that obvious. But I want to really break it down for you guys, so keep paying attention in this video. I'm going to take you inside how I actually plan out the copy that is written, the description that is written, as well as the hook that I use to draw people into my e-commerce stores. Very, very important stuff. So if you want to sell online, if you want to get profitable ads, it is very important whether you're selling in India or UK or US or Canada, you need to be paying attention. So let's dive in. So the selling formula starts off with a one-liner. What is the one line thing that you want to actually convey to your customers so that they actually click through from the social media platform onto your store? That is the most important thing. Now, let me give you an example. For store, the Trend Peach store, I actually promoted the printer, the Instaprinter product, and it's basically an inkless printer. So the tagline, the one-liner that I used there was, "Got an idea, print it instantly." For my temporary hair color store, the idea, the one-liner that I've used is new hair color without the commitment, or try a new hair color every day. So I keep coming up with these one-liners and I change them up regularly as soon as I have ad fatigue. Now, one important thing to note is, of course, there is ad fatigue that happens when you promote a particular product for a long period of time. So you need to be refreshing your creatives constantly. So one good way of doing that is to keep coming up with these one-liners that are basically hooks. And these are not things like, that describe the features of the product, but more like how will it have an impact in their life or the problem that the product solves, bundled up in a nice little sentence. So it does take sometimes a bit of time to come up with these kind of ideas. Now, the way I came up with them is just by sitting around, browsing through internet, some inspiration comes up, you read some word somewhere and you relate that with your product and then you come up with the sentence. Sometimes you're sitting on your own, maybe in a closed room, you think about your product and how it actually impacts a person's life, what problem it solves, and then you come up with a sentence to describe it. So let's take the example of the Instaprinter, right? So when I saw the ad for the printer, I wanted to sell it, right? So I wanted to come up with a nice hook for this. So I was like, this is primarily going to be used by people who are creative. Or it's not like a thing that you need. It's more like a want for somebody who wants to have, let's say, print to-do lists on the fly, or who's a creative professional who's maybe drawn something or written something. They want to take out a quick print of it and stick it somewhere. So majority of people who are going to use this are going to be those people. So what I thought was, what do creative people have? They have ideas. So the tagline came out to be, "Got an idea, print it instantly," right? So you don't have to connect to a printer or on any of that. Straight tap on your phone and it prints out, rather than saying like, this is a Bluetooth printer that prints without any ink. So that happens to be like the what of the product, rather than why should a person actually be interested in the product. You don't want to describe the what, you want to describe the why. And the best way to do that is in that one-liner sentence. So that's how the selling formula begins. Now, let me take you a bit more deeper into this. So the thing that we're talking about right now is, of course, the ad that a person saw. And in that ad, you of course have that one-liner. Then they click on the shop now button, and then they of course go over to your store. Now, this is going to be your store page, right? So the store page, the product description page, is of course the most important page here. Now, the very simple selling formula that I want to give you guys is a what, why, how, when, and where. So let's start off with what. So of course you have your product images that come up at the top of the product description page. You also have your product name and the price, etc. So all of this makes up the what. All right. So this is the what of your product page. So in this what, we basically answered the question, what is it? When a person actually gets hooked, they click on shop now, they want you to answer, what is it? So this is the product that they are buying. The product title, the images actually describe what the product is. Now, here's where the interesting part begins. Next, you need to answer the main question of a person's mind, which is why? Why should a person want to buy from you? And here you have your headline and a sub-headline and a sentence or two which describes the why. It does not describe the features of a product, but rather it describes the benefits. And this is very, very important. I mentioned this time and again, benefits. How does it impact a person's life? How will it make a person's life better? How will it make them, be more happy? How will it change their family life? So majority of things, if you have a problem solving problem, let's say that the back thing, the strap that you put on your back. So rather than saying this is made of like leather or rubber or whatever material it's made out of, sponge, you want to be like more about like what benefit it does. So something like effortlessly straighten your back while working on the computer. So then you could target people who are, computer professionals or IT professionals or people who work primarily on their computer devices, and then really target them. And this is where I want to bring out another important concept. Like a lot of people are afraid to dial into your audience. Like a lot of people want to go as broad as possible. You're not looking to get 300 million customers. Remember that. Even if you get 100,000 customers, which is a small fraction of 300 million, even if you get 100,000 customers, your life will be changed. I cannot begin to tell you, just 100,000 customers, 1 lakh customers is enough to change your life, right? So what you're looking for is such a small population. So it's important to dial down inside your niche rather than actually go broad and try to sell to everybody. Right. So for example, the printer thing was also being used by, a lot of small business owners. Now you will have customers from all different parts of, who tend to visualize the product in a different way, how they can use it in their work, in their life. And we had people who were buying that printer for professional reasons, for, who were running like little stores and they wanted to print out receipts instantly and give it to their customers. We had that crowd too, and we could actually focus all our ads on that crowd as well. But we decided to go with the creative people. And even inside the creative space, we decided to make it more like a thing for kids, right? So if somebody is creative and is a kid, so for a parent or a grandparent to gift that product to their children or grandchildren would be a great fit. So we mentioned that in the copy as well. So when you actually dial in your audience, it helps explain the why a much better and makes more clearer, right? So you may alienate a part of the audience, but it is fine. If a person sees utility in the item, they will buy on their own. And as it is, as I mentioned earlier, you're not looking for 100, 200, 300 million customers. The next part of the equation is the how. So in the how part, you want to answer. So for now, we have done what, we have done why. In the how part, you want to answer the question, how does it work, or how do I make it work, right? So if it's like a technology product, how does it actually work out? So here you're going to just describe the application process. If it's a beauty product, you know, to describe like how to apply the product. So how does it work out? It's a very small section which can be easily described. And then you answer the question when. So inside the when thing, you want to answer like, when will you deliver? This is the main question that people have, like, when will you deliver? Or if a trust is not built, then it might even be like if you will deliver or not. So here you want to answer when it will be delivered. You want to answer free shipping. So when you answer when, they can actually visualize when they are going to get it, so that they can actually use the product. They can start imagining in their mind already using the product. And finally, you want to answer where. So where is, of course, here you're going to mention like the secure aspect of it. It's an online exclusive offer. You want to give out, if you're giving out a coupon code, you can give it there. You want to answer like, you can order from this website exclusively, press on the add to cart button. We have limited inventory, check out now, get this coupon. So all of these questions can be answered in the where aspect. That is where they're going to buy the product, which is on this particular website. So this what, why, how, when, where, if you follow this simple formula, formula. This is a simple selling formula, and anybody can fill in the blanks and take any product that they're selling or want to sell and then create a description based around all of these metrics. Now, an important part to remember, you don't need to build out the entire product description while you in the first go as you're testing the product. You can actually keep building out the product description as you get more sales. So if you test out a product, just answering the what, which is the product images, and the why is more than enough. All right. To be frankly honest with you, just answering what, in which you have all the product images, the price, the title, all of these things, the variants, and then the why aspect of it, like why they want it in their lives. Just answering these two questions on the product description page is more than enough to close a sale. All right. And especially during the testing phase. Now, when you scale up your ads, when you determine that this is a winning product, then you want to expand on the description. In many cases, it's not even necessary. You can, of course, split test this. You can try just with the what and when, and you can also try with what, why, how, where, when. So if you want to do all of that, you could test that as well, and then see where you're getting a better conversion rate and then stick to that formula. So this is the simple product selling formula. I hope I was able to give you guys some ideas on how I structure my product pages. And this simple formula has actually helped me sell millions of dollars worth of products. Now, one quick tip I want to give you guys before signing off is that if people have questions about your product, like frequently asked questions, and all of this happens on naturally. So when you advertise a product, then inside the comment section, you're also going to get messages of people with specific questions like, does this do that? How does this work? All of these. So all these questions, you can actually have like the top maybe 5, 6, 10 questions. You can compile all of that as frequently asked questions. You could have a separate page on your store for the frequently asked questions, or you could also include that on the bottom of your product description page to make the product description page a bit better. So if a person lands on the page, they get all of the information on the product description page. They don't necessarily need to comment or ask for help for you or message you to get the answer to those questions, and helps close the sale much more quickly. I hope this was helpful for you. If this was, make sure you smash the like button below. I will see you in the next one. Until then, okay, tata, bye bye.